All right, let's get started. You guys know what this is. You've snuck up on me, so I'll just jump right in. We are going to have a white background here, but I think I put it at 300 resolution. So let's click OK, and we got our rectangle here. Now, what I do is usually add a layer that we're actually going to draw on. So I'm not drawing actually on that background layer. And pick a light blue color, and I start by adding a ground plane. Those are perspective lines for the ground, and those lines in the back, that's just how far back the background wall is. Now I start sketching in the character very roughly. I start with the head and just work my way down, add the eyes, nose, and ears, and some mop of hair up top. And I've added a couple more layers here, as you can see. Now I'm going over it in black ink line. Put one eyebrow up, an eyebrow down, a mop of hair gets cleaned up a little bit. This is not a final cleanup. This is a very rough tie down to just get us started. And I took away the light blue rough drawing just by turning off that layer. Now I turned down the opacity of this layer so that when I add the next layer and start drawing in blue, it's not the exact same um, darkness as this blue line that I'm putting on for him to do his anticipation pose. This antic pose means that he goes down before he goes up. Closes his eyes, he bends his legs, he leans forward, his hair comes towards the front, towards us, his hands come up a bit. Actually, his shoulders are coming down. So now I've added a layer to clean that up. I've taken away the original layer so I don't get confused when I'm cleaning up this guy in dark ink line. The hair looks kind of like a rooster comb because it's going to flop forward. Now I've added another layer so I can do the drawing of him reacting, and I'm doing that drawing in purple just to keep it a little clear for myself. The hair comes down to his face as his head goes up. So the head goes up, the hair follows behind. His body makes an arch as it comes up in surprise, looking at whatever it is he's looking at. So now I take away those bottom layers by just turning those off and clean up this layer, an added layer in black ink. And again, it's a very rough cleanup. It's not very tight, it's just very loose, very quick. And then I can turn off that layer of the purple and go back and darken it, not darken it, but turn up the other layers. Now, what we need to do is number these, and the first drawing is number 1. We have to save out each drawing separately as a JPEG. And we pick a folder to put them in. I have to name this folder that I'm creating here. And then we'll start adding the drawings. So this drawing here, we want to save these out as JPEGs. This drawing here, we're just going to call it drawing 1, I believe is what I called it. This one should be drawing, I think I named this one 5 and saved it. And then the last drawing, I believe I named that drawing 9. So the drawings we have are 1, 5, and 9. They're all in one folder, along with the background. So we can quit out of Photoshop Elements and open up Premier Elements. Go to Add Media. Find that folder that you just created with your drawings in it. Highlight all of them and import them into Premier Elements. So put the first drawing on the timeline, and you need to enlarge the timeline so that you can see how many frames it is. I think it was defaulting at putting that down as 1 or 2 frames, and I want to make it hold for more than that. So probably have it holding for about 12 or 16 frames. Then I put his anticipation drawing down, and I think I'm holding that for 4 frames. And then his reacting up pose, I put that down the timeline, and I probably have that holding for 8 or 12 frames, maybe 16. Now grab the scale button, hit the render button, and now you'll see your action come to life on the Premiere timeline. He starts out standing, goes down for an anticipation, and goes up to react.